Greetings and good day. This is Donnie with Tech Winter, and thank you so much for joining me today. Well, guys, today is a first. Brandon, one of my YouTube viewers, has sent me a 2-pack deformable lamp in the mail. This is available on Amazon for $44.99. Perfect for garages, attics. So today we're here to unbox it, give you all the good, the bad, any indifferent. So without any further ado, let's dive in and let's take a look. Guys, I think we can all agree that one of the most game-changing inventions in the last 150 years is the light bulb. Thomas Edison, 1879. What's interesting is that the carbon filament light bulb really didn't change much up until even today. The technology has not changed that much. Of course, there's fluorescent lighting, and in more recent years, something called CFLs, or compact fluorescent bulbs. But yes, since Thomas Edison's original invention in 1879, and yes, he also was a patent troll, Google it, Hashtag Team Nikola Tesla. Light bulb technology really hasn't changed much until the last couple of decades when CFLs came into play. And then, of course, some of the newer technology like LEDs or light emitting diodes. Now, of course, the beauty of some of the newer tech is the CFLs, they used far less power than conventional incandescent bulbs, and LEDs even less than that. So guys, if you have not gone through the transition of changing out bulbs in your house, and I'm talking about ones that use like an A26 or even some of the smaller ports as well. If you have not gone through the process of changing out bulbs in your house, it's well worth the investment. Guys, these bulbs last for years as opposed to changing out incandescent bulbs every few months who use sometimes 10 times more power than LEDs. It's well worth the investment. I'm telling you, your electric bill will thank you. So let's take a look at the packaging on this box. So this is a deformable lamp, as it's mentioned here. 85% energy savings. This is a 2-pack. It has up to 50,000 hours is what it says on it. But opening up the box here, you can see it's neatly packed in here, tucked into its own little plastic. And it's really cool. It kind of looks like a spider with 6 legs, which I guess would technically make it an insect instead. But look at how you can basically adjust all these bulbs. They're on hinges, and it's just a huge LED array of lights. And you can see on the back there, this is where you would actually screw it into a traditional light bulb connection. And of course, there's a second one that's in the box as well. It's kind of tucked up underneath here as well. So the beauty of the 2-pack. So as you can see here, there's a second one in here. Same thing, nice flexibility with all the hinges. And then there's a little bit of document installation instructions at the bottom. It talks about the lighting color temperature, which, by the way, color temperature does matter. These bulbs are 6,500 Kelvin as opposed to 3,000 Kelvin. So for those who don't know the difference, basically the 3,000 Kelvin, a lot of times in a branding, is what's considered like a soft white bulb. It's kind of more of that almost yellowish color to it. It's what most people would associate traditional incandescent bulb lighting with. It's actually what I have in my office right here. 6,500 Kelvin is more like what's called daylight. It's more of that bluish look. Sometimes you see it on like newer car headlights. Yes, I am totally a color temperature snob, but it's a perfect use case for like a garage or an attic. Whereas in a home, somewhere where you want to be able to relax, 3,000 Kelvin is the temperature, totally the way to go. So guys, I plugged this into a attic storage area that I have in my house. And yes, I know the walls are pink. I am 100% aware of this. I inherited pink walls in my attic, and yes, it is interesting. But as you can see here, just looking at this video, I mean, this thing is so bright that it actually is like blurring the image coming into my camera. But I love the flexibility of these lights and how you can adjust them. You can tilt them up and down. And because it's in all the different directions, you can actually have this light fan out into a 360-degree range. It also does have motion sensing here, so if you do leave the light switch on, after a certain duration, they will turn off. I will say in my testing, they did stay on for the entire test. But as you can see here, guys, these lights are incredibly bright. Just to compare here, there's another bulb that's a 60-watt bulb on the far end of the room that you're seeing here. And you can tell this the difference in the brightness. I mean, this thing is absolutely intense in the best way possible. So a couple of things that I love about this. Number one, the fact that you've got the hinges and you can adjust it to fit perfectly. And like if you have a garage that has these types of outlets that you can plug light bulbs into, this is a perfect use case for these. And just to kind of hold this in my hand, just to give you an idea of the size of this, this is compared to just a standard 60-watt LED bulb. here. I mean, this is your size comparison. I mean, it's definitely a lot bigger, but the fact that you have all this flexibility to be able to change and adjust here, I love this thing. One thing that I will point out is I don't believe this would be weatherproof. So if you have some place that you're wanting to put this outside, I don't think it would necessarily be in your best interest. It does have some exposed cabling here. It does look like it's sealed up well, but there's no waterproof rating on this device as far as I can tell. And again, the other thing is just the color temperature. It's the 6,500 Kelvin as opposed to 3,000. So it's going to be more of that bluish look for you. So if that's something you're totally into, this is a great solution for you. And guys, for $45 for two of these, especially if you have basically two spots in your garage to be able to plug this in, understanding that it's going to last you for 50,000 hours, that's absolutely fantastic. So far in just my limited testing here, like I'm really impressed with this. And guys, I'll continue to check on it and see how it does over the next several days, but so far so good. So kudos to you, Brandon. By the way, putting an Amazon link into the description as well if you want to go check this out. Huge kudos to you for sending this to me. And I would totally recommend checking this out for like your garage or for your attic. So if you end up getting one of these, tell me about it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. And guys, if you have any technology you want me to test, don't be afraid to message me. Let me know about it and I'll be happy to take a look at it and give you my honest feedback on what I think of the product. And thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, I'd ask you to consider hitting that subscribe button and hitting that bell notification so that you're always staying up to date as new content is uploaded. But for now, I'm Donnie with Tech Winner, helping you make winning decisions when it comes to your tech. You guys have a great day.